Hello everyone.
Hey, how are you all? Hope you all are doing great. So I am Ayan Gupta. I am a facilitator of Android Studio of GDSC SSTC, and today is the 4th day of Android Study Jam. And today we are going to see about how we are going to create a currency converter app. So just be with us and like learn how to create a currency app and enjoy the session. Yeah.
Okay, so like we have already learned about the basics, and today we are going to create an app. So I hope you all are excited. By the way, I am Yonit and I am in the final year and from CSA department in SSGI. Maybe we are from the same college.
Hello everyone, myself Niket and I'm an Android engineer doing Android from past 1 year. Happy to share whatever I learn with all those folks. And today we are going to make the currency converter app. Okay, enough of Kotlin basics, enough of layout. Let's just uh, add those dots to build something. And yeah, let's jump into it.
Yeah, I hope we all are excited.
Yeah, I am
Okay,
too excited.
okay. So please share my screen. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning instead of just hopping into some pre-made code. Okay, so this is Android Studio. We all are familiar with it by now. Okay, we will simply create a new project. We will start with an empty activity and then we will name it. Let's name it currency converter. Okay, we have already seen these five different labels. The name we have already given, package name, we can use com.example for now. This is the location wherever you wish that the project should be made. Language, we are going to use Kotlin and minimum SDK is Lollipop version. So our app will run on all devices which have Android versions 5.0, that is Lollipop and above. Simply click finish and it will create the project and pre-populate some files for us. Okay, so we will give it some time to do its task. In the meantime, uh, we had already seen yesterday about layouts. There were several different types of layouts: linear layouts, relative layouts, constraint layouts, right? And then there were text views, edit texts, buttons, image views. So we are going to use all of those today, and we'll be building an app from those. Okay. Okay, so in the meantime, when Android Studio is doing its job, let's look at the basic code which it has already given us. We can already see that it has provided us with the constraint layout, which is going to be our base layout, and everything will be inside it. Okay, um, still loading. Okay, anyways, in that meantime, let's take a look at Lottie. Okay, so we all like apps which have beautiful icons and GIFs and all of those. So Lotte is one such helpful library, and we'll be checking it out today. So you can just head over to lottefiles.com, and this is the very amazing website. Okay, we instead of doing this, we can just search Lotte uh, Android. Yes. Okay, this is the blog post getting started with Lottie animations in an Android app, and we'll be seeing through it. Okay, so just to set up it has all the instructions in it in the written format, but we are going to quickly check out this line of code, which is implementation. So basically, we need two. import this library into our project. To do that, we will be from the left panel. We will be going into Gradle scripts folder, and then there are two build.gradle files, and we'll be double clicking on the second file, which is our project's build.gradle file, and this is the file. Okay, just scroll down and you can see there are various dependencies. Some are already mentioned for us by the Android Studio, and we'll be checking out, we'll be trying to include one more dependency here, which is Lottie files, and it will basically help us to include implementation. Just what I've done is just copy pasted it from this website, and we can see that the latest version is 4.2.2. We can simply write 4.2.2 here. So we have finally included this Lotte files into our project. All we need to do is sync now from this button over here. Okay. So it's just syncing. And when it's synced, we can just close that file. Now we will be working on two files. One is present under the res layout and then activity main. So this is the file which is open. Okay. And this is the layout file. Okay, so we'll be starting with it. There is a constraint layout. Instead, it already has given us a text view, but we will remove it and we will just start from the from our own code. Okay, so we will include a card view here. Okay, so you can see that Android already suggests us that there is some card view available. You can just enter it. And then there are two compulsory attributes. One is width. So I will just say match parent. And then we need to give a height. We will say wrap content. That means whatever is the height of the content, we will simply it will simply just wrap those contents whichever is given inside of it. Okay, we can see that it gives us error because we need to give some constraints to it. So we will just give a constraint that top to top off. This is a constraint, and it means that this view, this card view, should this card view's top. So this is the constraint top, and it should be constrained to top of, and we will say parent. So basically, if it's not quite visible here, but it is basically constraining itself to the top of parent, and then we will have a linear layout inside of it. Linear layout also has a attribute called as orientation. So basically linear layout, inside of linear layout, everything will be present one after the other, but in which format? Either vertically or horizontally, right? So we'll be checking out the vertical, and then we'll simply close this linear layout. Inside of this linear layout, we'll be having those Lottie files. So we will just simply type Lottie, and Android Studio tells us that this is a view available. We can just say that Lotte is available, and then we can say height, width can be wrap content, height can be, let's say, 160 dps. Okay, this is a linear layout, so we will be using gravity, and we will give it center. Okay, next we need one more attribute which is called as Lottie raw res. So basically it is the it tells the Android where from where is this file located and from where it has to fetch it in order to show it, right? So we will just go into the Lottie files, and we can see that we have these amazing animated icons available. We will simply go to one. We will click download and Lottie JSON. Similarly, we have, because we are making up a currency converter app, so we will take up this also, $sign and the rupee sign. We will download the Lottie JSON files. let's go to downloads folder, and we have these. We'll simply copy those. We'll go to Android Studio, go to project. So inside of res, we currently have only 4 folders available, but we will be creating one more by clicking or right clicking and then new, then folder, and then a raw folder, raw resources folder. Okay. Click finish and it will create a raw folder for us. Inside of the raw folder, we have to paste those lottie files which we just copied. Okay, it is pasted, but there is an error as Android tells us, because XML files have a naming convention that only underscores and letters can be used. This hyphen marks cannot be used, so we will use refactor and then rename. We will simply rename it dollar. Instead of the hyphen, we will use coin and then spinning. Okay, dollar coin spinning, refactor. We will also rename refactor and then rename the rupee symbol. Rupee coin spinning, just for so that both are similar consistency. Okay, so this was the layout file. We will see that raw res. Okay, so we will be just simply giving it the path to it, which is rupee coin spinning. Okay, it's not visible right here, but it will be visible when we will be running the app. Okay, another thing which we need is the edit text to take some inputs. We'll again say match parent for the width and wrap content for the height. So basically, edit text will have the full width of the screen and a height which will be it will take as much it needs. Okay, edit text, and then we will simply give a hint to it that enter amount in INR. Okay. So like we have already made a file layout, but we will now try to make it look a bit nicer and a bit more attractive. Okay, so we'll give a margin 24 dps. Okay, we can give linear layout also a margin of 16 dps. It will just enhance the looks of it. Card view also has an attribute called as card corner radius. So we will it will make the card's corners rounded, and that looks good. In fact, even in the newer versions of Android, everything is rounded. So we will just also give a round corners to our card also, and then we will also give a card background color to it. We can give any background color, but for now I will just take up this color, which is a kind of blue. You can find these color hash codes online on Google anywhere. You can just go to material colors or colorhunt.com, or there are various websites available for you to choose colors from. Okay, so like we have already built up a nice looking card. One important thing in Android is to give IDs to all these views. So we'll start giving IDs. Card view will give an ID. By the way, it says ID is equals to @ plus ID. It tells that a new ID is to be created. And then we will simply say INR card. Then we will go to this lottie file, animated GIF, and we will say INR coin. Next, edit text, we will also give it an ID, and we will just say INR ET, just edit text. Okay, so like we have already built up this. If we wish, we can just run it on Android, just an emulator or your Android device if you feel like. Okay, and so yeah, this is just a basic card view, but just to save our time, I will simply copy paste some of the code. Okay, Okay, so one more thing we have is image views. For image views, we will be going into drawable, right click, new, and then a vector asset. We will click this clip art icon and then just change it to some arrow. Okay, so we have an arrow. Okay, it says left, but we will just remove everything other than the arrow. Okay, this looks good for now. Okay, so what is this code? Let's just recheck it very quickly. We have a constraint layout. Inside of it, we have a card view, which is this card view, which we just created. Inside of this card view, we have a linear layout. That means it will keep the views vertically one after the other. And we have one view, which is this Lottie animation view. And then we have an edit text. So it will reside just below it. And in a very similar way, we have just a very similar and a different card view. And this is the second card view, which is present over here. For these image views, we have used this image view in between. Okay, and how are all these constrained to each other? Let's quickly check those out. Okay, just a second. Okay, that's fine. We can just rename it to rupee spinning, and then this one needs to be dollar coin spinning. Now it's all good. Okay, so let's just collapse some things for easier view. Okay, so it's very simple that there's a constraint layout, and inside of it we have a card view, which is this one. We have an image view, which is this image view, down arrow. We have an image view, which is up arrow, and then we again have a card view, which is this bottom card view. And all of these are constrained, as you can see. Okay, so like if you can see, this card view is constrained to the bottom. So its bottom is to the bottom of parent, and its top is to the bottom of this image view. And a very similar manner, this card view. Okay, so this card view, its top is constrained to the top of parent, and its bottom is constrained to the top of this image view. Okay, so we had already seen card views and image views and edit texts yesterday, but this was just how you can create views with it. It's kind of a recap. And from here on, I would love to invite Niket, and he would start with the coding part of this activity and this app.
So, hello everyone. I guess you were building the stuff with us, and if not, and if you want to see the whole code base that we have created, you can just go over to this site. Wait. Uh, Let me know you are if you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay, cool. So we will be sharing this link with you in the chat. Okay. So basically, this is the repo where we have pushed our all the completed code for now. Okay. So first of all, what is this coder invoke community? Basically you can head toward to it, and you can see all the repositories that has been pushed or maintained or contrib- contributed by those people. Okay, from there you can go to their respective links and join the community. You can also like share your project here so that everybody can see and contribute to it. So So let's start with this Android Studio Jam repo. Okay, we have one app that is currency converter that we are going to look to. Let's say you are new to this GitHub and don't know how to get this code in your Android Studio. There is a very easy way. We just have to copy this HTTPS link. Okay, there is an option, we have to just copy it. And if you go to your uh, Android Studio, okay, one second, let me close it for now. Okay, so you will see that there is an option here, like in your Android Studio, if you don't do Flutter, there will be option here to get the project from uh, version control, right? So you just have to paste the link here, right? And it will clone your project to your local machine, and you can see the project in details, right? Similarly, let's say if you want to, like, go look at like any project in the GitHub that is public, right? You can just get this link, paste it to the version control field of the Android Studio, and boom, like every part of the project will be available, right? Like for example, you can see how DuckDuckGo Android app is working right now. Okay, so I guess for now let's cancel it. I have already done it. Okay, so if you run the app, if you run that, you can see that the UI that Yonit has just shared has already been built for you, right? With every IDs and everything. Okay, so let's just check this app. If I put some values, okay, let's say this much of amount. So if I hit this button, it will change it to the dollar, right? And if I put some numbers here, okay, and I want to change it to the Indian rupees, so I will uh, hit this button. Okay, you can see the little lottie animation here as well. Okay, so uh, I guess it's interesting that it's only been the 4th day and you are working on the animations, right, with the help of lottie. We will talk about lottie more, and other things like how you can customize all these things according to your needs. Okay, so this was the basically the UI part, the layout part, right? Now we want to add some logic to it. Okay, so in the previous session you learned how we define our views, how we initialize them, how we declare them. Okay, so I have done this thing only. Okay, in upcoming session, okay, before that, you can see just to access a view, I have to write this much of line, and you can see in this init view I have to just declare this much of line as well. Okay, but in the future this will be more simpler to achieve, right? We will use view bindings to generally access our views. Okay, it will be lot simpler to access your views and change it accordingly to anywhere at your activity. Okay, same, let just I told you at the beginning of the session, this line is very important. Okay, so right, so what we are doing here, we have defined two edit text, we have defined two lottie views, and we have defined two buttons, right? So we are declaring it that these are the things that we needed, that we want to access everywhere. Okay, so instead of initializing them over in the onCreate method, okay, so instead of doing this, I just have created a init view method function, and I've just initialized them over here, okay, with their respective IDs. You can see, if I go to here, you can see it is referring to this ID. And one more thing, if you are facing any doubts or anything that what this thread is and what we are doing, strongly suggest you to try to build this same thing. Okay, if you are very beginner to it or you are new to it, you will get it while building it. Okay, just sometimes you will see the views are aligned to one way or other, but with little practice you will be able to resolve your basic doubts, like uh, anything, like if you have any doubts, like you can build anything from it. Okay, so the key is just to practice it one or two times. Okay, so we are doing nothing very complex. We just define the views, I told, we just initialize it. Okay, now you can see the action is happening when I click those two buttons, right? Basically those are not buttons, those are image views, but for simplicity we are treating it as button. What is happening when I hit this, it changed the Indian rupees to USD dollars, right? And uh, when I hit this, it changed the USD dollar to Indian rupees. Okay, so two actions are happening here on clicking two separate views. So what we done here is we defined like we take our image view, that rupee to dollar image view. We set an on click listener to it, and what we want to do is we want to get the value from the edit text that user has entered. Okay, there will be some edge cases when, let's say, user has not entered any value and we are pressing this image view. Okay, so you can clone this project and try to understand that what output it will give, like it will crash or it will work. Okay, try to do this stuff, test this, and let us know. Okay, so what we are doing is we are taking the value from the edit text, we are making like converting it to double. Okay, making sure that we get it double value. And what we are doing is we are then converting this rupees value to dollar value using this function. Okay, what is this function? Let's see. If I go to here, okay, so you can see it is a very simple function, private one, convert rupee to dollar, which is taking, okay, which is taking rupees value as a double. Okay, it should be like this and it should be like this. Okay, so it is taking a double value, but this look very simpler, right? What used, like what, like in previously how we used to write in Java, like we used to write it in some like something like this. Let's take as xyz for example, like int. Okay, and you can see there is no return type here, or right? We have defined no return type and just we are telling that to return this. Okay, so what Kotlin does is it assume, like it calculate this and assume that it will return a double. Okay, so the same thing can be the same thing can be achieved by writing like in this way as well. Okay, so mm, so you can see we have converted this three lines of code into one line of code, right? What we did, instead of saying what it will return, we just neglected it with this. Okay, and we remove this return keyword with a equal to, right? So it automatically detect what it has to return. You don't have to worry about it, right? It's so cool. Like three lines of code now change to one lines of code, and it will be very beneficial in your upcoming Android development journey, right? For now, let's remove it. Okay, I hope you understand. Okay, before that, do let me know if everything is clear till now, or am I going too fast or too slow, or is it everything normal? Yonit, is there any doubts? Okay, I can see all okay sign. Okay, let's go. So similarly, we have taken a rupee value to convert it to the dollar, and we have taken dollar value to convert it to the rupee. Nothing complex, right? We just multiplying it with the value of 1 rupee, then we are dividing it. Okay, nothing special. Like the logic and the things are not very accurate. Like you can improve it, you can make it more efficient if you want. Okay, like I have shared you the repo, you can contribute to it, like this thing can be improved by this way. Okay, so that every other person can learn what mistake we have done or what inaccuracy we have done, that can be improved. That way we improve the open software, right? So you got to know that how we are getting the dollar value, right? Now what we are doing here is the setting the value of the other text field. Okay, in case, let's say, assume I have enter a value here. If I hit the button, it is setting, like it is converting the value and setting to this edit text. Okay, I hope you are able to see it. Okay, so I'll just repeat it. So what we are doing here, we are user will enter a value here. We will User will enter a value here. We will When a user will click this image view to convert the value, it will run that method that I have showed you, and it will populate the result to here. Okay, so it is just a simple process that we get the value from edit text, we converted it, then we are setting the value to the edit text. Okay, and at last we are doing a play animation method call. Okay, like in Lottie, there are lots of method you can go through. Okay, like Lottie provides lots of method to actually like customize your thing according to your needs, right? You can have a look at it and make it according to your needs. Okay, so I just have done a simple thing, that is to play the animation. That whenever successful uh, conversion of the value happen, just play the animation at the end, right? So that's pretty much like the same thing we are doing with the dollar to rupee conversion also. We are getting the value from the dollar edit text, we are converting it to the rupee, we are setting the text and the playing the animation. There is one more interesting thing that you might have noticed. What is this editable, right? And how and where it is defined, okay? And how I am able to access it, right? So let's go and check it. So this is a piece of code that I got from the internet. Basically, to set the text of a edit text, we have to pass it the editable object, right? So if you hover to it, uh, okay, this generally the text method generally takes editable object, right? And if I do something like this, like let's say, if you want to make it very simple, what you can do is you can do set text, okay, and pass a string here. Okay, it will also give you the same result. But why I've just did this, just to introduce you to another, mm, just to give you another feature of Kotlin, that is the extension functions, right? So extension functions are a very powerful thing when comes to like open source libraries or anything. Like what you can do with is, you can just take a class or a class and add more functionality to it, okay, without much any efforts. Okay, for example, what I did is, the syntax of the extension function is like this. We take the thing we want to extend it. For example, it is string. Okay, now what I want to do is to make it convert it to the editable object, right? So what I will do is just do to editable, like I can provide any name here I want. um, 1 second. There is a shortcut in IntelliJ that if you press Shift F6, it will change the variable name throughout the project. Okay, so you just have to change it one place and it will be changed throughout the project. To, let's say, I editable text. Okay, if I hit enter, like you can name this function anything you want, right? And if we see how, where, if it has been changed, so you can see the value has been changed here also. I don't have to explicitly change it, right? So we are just returning a editable, and there is a syntax to change it to the editable. Okay, this might look little confusing for now, but trust me, it's very easy, and it plays very powerful role when you want to achieve something extra. Like instead of writing the whole library or anything to just get some extra features, you can use these extension functions to do for it. Okay, when we will be talking about oops and other concept, we will be sharing how it can be more helpful for you. Okay, so okay, like you can see, I have used this extension function to round out the double value up to the two decimal points. Okay, like you can see, I have passed a two value to say that convert this decimal to up to two decimal points. Okay, that this value to up to two decimal points. Like I can pass it to 4, I can pass it to the 9. Okay, I don't have to explicitly write functions or methods every time. Now this double, like this method will be applied to every double value throughout this main activity.kt. Okay, now there is a catch. Why I said main activity.kt, why not throughout the whole file or the whole project? Because you can see there is a modifier, that is private modifier. So what this private means, or what is access modifier? In Kotlin we have four modifier. uh, the very basic you see is the public. Anything that is not defined with anything is by default public. Okay, then there is private, that you have seen here. Okay, then there is protected, as same as we have in Java. There is also one that is internal. So we will discuss little about public and private, not to the internal and the protected. We will go through it when we learn oops concept more, when we will dealing with more than one file. Okay, for now let's keep it simple. What the private means, it will be remain in this main activity.kt file. I can just access this anywhere throughout this file. But if I make it public, then I can access it anywhere. Okay, okay, I have to give it like a companion object to do anywhere. But for example, a better example, if I make it a make this as a public, then I can take the instance of this to call this method, right, in any other activity. But we will see more about it. If you are it is confusing at some place, don't worry, we will cover more about it. Okay, so yeah, let's try to run this app again. I hope everything is clear for now, there are no doubts. So I want to change some values. Okay, there is also one cool feature that I shared you earlier, that this edit text will just hold the numbers, right? We are dealing with numbers, there are no reason to provide text here. So if you go to the XML, you will see that this edit text has a attribute of input type, right? You can change it, but it comes handier, like I don't have to manually change it, right? So and just I have given some random numbers. So this much of amount contains is equal to this much amount of dollars, right? Okay, cool, congratulations, like you have built your first Android app, and it's pretty cool, right? Now what you can also do here is, like, we are just dealing with two uh, two currencies, that is rupees and dollar. Okay, what if I want to change it to the pound? Okay, or what if I want to make it as equivalent to the Japanese or Chinese currency, right? Like, it's now your task to achieve this functionality throughout this app. Okay, try to do it. Like, how will you do it? How will you improve this logic so that we get values to the up to the two decimals, right? And how can we do more animations? How can we do more features in this app, right? If everything goes well, we will try to publish it if we try to pull out some unique features. Yeah, yes, Yonit. Like, uh, 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 the first app I built was a tic-tac-toe app while watching some YouTube tutorials, and I was very happy. Like, I was just showing my app to everyone. Okay, so it's a very good feeling, like when you create your first app and it doing something, right? And I will also like to share, like, from where we got those from where we got those lottie files. Okay, there is a website, lottifiles.com. You can search anything you want, any animations you want, you can use them to add to your own projects. Okay, if you are looking for colors, right, variant colors, like, you can go to this color hunt website. If you want, we will share those links with you on WhatsApp or Discord group, or you can mm, just search in Google, you will get it, right? So like, you can search colors according to your needs. It will then give you like palettes, like how an app user palettes to create your own UI. Okay, second thing I also want to share is this Kotlin docs. Okay, so this Kotlin docs is the thing you have to like give time every day if you are trying to become a good Android engineer or developer, right? I also want to share one thing, like with Kotlin, you are not just limited with Android, right? They are with Kotlin you can build anything, like a front end, like a back end. You can do competitive programming with Kotlin. Okay, and okay, what is Rife? Uh, To be honest, Swami, I don't know what is it. I'm not sure about it. Yonit, do you have any idea about Rife? Is it a new thing in Kotlin? No.
No, actually, I've also never heard about it. Is it like related to Android? Is it something new? It's like, uh,
It's showing Rife Flutter. It is showing Drive. Do you? Is it a app? Okay, I guess Soumya is showing. Okay, it is like a retrofit library, right? So that we can populate some graphics over our app easily. I guess.
yeah, I think it's an external library.
Cool, cool.
Okay, so we have also learned something new here.
Yeah, thank you, Soumya, for sharing this project with us as well. Okay, if anybody watching, you can use it, or we will try to use it in our some specific project if needed, and see how it works. Right. So, like a Lottie view, we
Yeah,
have a Ripe animation view as well. Okay, we'll definitely have a look. I will try to have a look at this as well. Thank you, Soumya. And like like I have just shared you a very powerful thing while starting this session. Okay, like with the early access of GitHub, you have so much control to like such a great power, right? Like if you can go just hit Android all over the GitHub. Okay, you can like get like Android come with all those language. Just hit this Kotlin one. Okay, and like you can go and see any project you want that are public. Okay, the list, these things are listed here are public. Okay, I will suggest you everyone to just try those things, try to clone this project and see what basic things they are using is it, and try to learn. And if you learn anything new, please share with us also. Okay, Ayush is there. Hello, Ayush. Like Ayush is my like he motivated me to get into this development thing. Okay, so you can go through this Kotlin docs as well, and there is one thing in the below you can see Kotlin Slack channel as well. Okay, so you can join it, and they are the things you can see more about Kotlin. Personally, I love their Kotlin YouTube channel as well. Okay, so they share everything what is new with the Kotlin. I'll suggest you to go through it as well. You will learn new things. And yeah, that's it. Congratulations again, you have your app. uh, like I will what I will do is to let's say you are want to contribute but not able to understand what to do. I will create some issues over here, and you can read more about it issues and fix some of those in this currency converter app, right? Or if you have any project, please share with us in our Discord or WhatsApp channel. We will be happy to contribute and happy to share with others as well. Okay,
yeah, definitely.
over to you, Yonit and Ayan.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hope
for
everyone enjoyed it.
yeah. Yeah, I myself I'm also enjoyed a lot about I've also created my first step. So yeah, folks. So this is all about today. We have seen such an amazing app. We have created an currency converter app. So yeah, you can also uh, change some types of things, and you can also contribute in our projects. And like what Niket has said, that you can also share your other projects also if you have any types of project that you have created. Yeah, we will be more than happy to see. Like you can also share your apps, like whatever you are creating in your social handles, and just tag us like Udasivok and the and our speakers. Yeah, like today we have learned about a lot of concepts, like how we can create a app. And yeah, we will again meet tomorrow and at 7 p.m. onwards. So we will be have some more concepts tomorrow. Like we are also going to cover oops, like what Niket has said in this earlier in this stream. So yeah, just be with us.
I want to add something, Ayan. For the next session, we will going to learn more core part of Android, that is the activity lifecycle, and we will learn how to navigate to other activities as well. Okay, we are not just limited with one method and just one screen. There are lots of things that is coming new for all of you guys. We will see how navigation component, the jetpack component, is useful to make the navigation easy for us. Okay, so in the next session it will be more interesting. We will get to the more depth and more core related things. So I hope you are excited for that as well. And I am, please share more about the gaming session that we are having today.
Yeah, and one more thing here, guys. Like today, we are going to have one a fun night, like where we are going to play some games. So be available. Uh, we are going to play games on our Discord server. So I will just share the link on the WhatsApp groups, and so just stay tuned. And like yeah, we are also very excited for the game. Just be there. We are also going to have some interaction and have some fun. Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, if you have any doubts, you can just ask. Otherwise, you can also ask in WhatsApp groups. Just don't hesitate to ask. We will be more than happy to help you. Yeah. So I think we can conclude. Okay.
sure.
I hope
Yeah.
you
Bye
guys
Bye
everyone.
enjoyed
everyone.
today.
Bye bye everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye everyone. I
Bye
hope you
bye.
enjoyed the session. Bye bye.